City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it, drink it in. 2 goals in added time for Manchester City to snatch the title away from Manchester United. Stupendous! The greatest moment I've seen in Premier League football. Unbelievable!
Pre-match, everything was just all focused on ourselves. We knew it was in our hands. Beat QPR, we're going to be Premier League champions.
I think obviously the situation that QPR were in, being the bottom and needing points to survive, or needing results to go well for them to survive, I think if it was, no disrespect, a tougher test in terms of team, we probably would have dealt with it a bit better, and it probably wouldn't have been as intense stroke emotional.
Estamos a un paso de ganar el título, ¿no? Y bueno, ansiedad, nervios y todo, se veía también en la gente alrededor.
To be honest, I think it was the most nervous I've ever been in my life, let alone in football. And here I was now entering a game whereby the people that once employed me could relegate me. I have that threat, and then there's also the side of, well, if we do well, then Man City don't win the league. And how's that going to go down as a City fan?
Going into the game, I could see the tension. You know, a lot of players would say, you know, there was cool, calm and collected before the game, but it definitely wasn't. We knew we had to win.
You have a chance to win your first Premier League trophy is something special, so psychologically it's hard, because it's not only physically how good you prepare for that game, but also mentally it's also hard.
We knew United was sort of in our shadows, just waiting for us to slip up. So we knew we had to do the business, and I think the lads were excited as well, but we was definitely nervous.
It doesn't get bigger than this. Manchester City are 90 minutes away from winning the Premier League for the first time.
I think we didn't really dare to dream until we beat Newcastle away, and I think from that moment onwards, it was all of a sudden like, you know, we might have to prepare for like a Premier League celebrations or something. So
Silva, Yaya Toure into Zabaleta, good hit, it's in, it's in, it's Pablo Zabaleta's first Premier League goal of the season. And Manchester City in front and top of the table again.
So Zabal put us 1-0 up, which almost felt like it was meant to be. You know, he'd had a great season, and he never scores. You know, I don't think he's scored many since, and certainly hadn't scored many before.
Most of us were thinking, what, Zaba? Surely it's meant to happen.
No estábamos jugando muy bien, pero bueno, el gol de Zaba nos dio un poco de tranquilidad, ¿no? y de relajación en la cancha.
It was just sheer delight. It was emotions you can't really describe.
Yeah, the forgotten goal. I'm sure the City fans remember that goal. At half-time when we were 1-0 up, I thought, okay, if we finish that game 1-0, I will be the hero, you know. We would keep watching that game for many years, and Zabaleta scored the only goal, the winning goal. He gave Manchester City the Premier League medal.
As I remember, a few little things just happened to the side, and before you know it, Pablo Zabaleta, of all the people on the pitch who City have got who could score against you, ends up being Pablo that's going to be putting the dagger in to finish you off. I just remember thinking, why is Zappa? Why has he got to be you? Why has he got to be you? You know, Zappa's a really nice guy, but you know, for them it was their day. They were looking to win the league, so everyone was trying to score.
And he scores that goal, we're all happy, we're celebrating. At the same time, most of us are saying, you know, stay calm, game's not over.
Keep it going, keep a clean sheet, you're going to be Premier League champions.
That game was so strange, you know, because even after we scored 1-0, you know, you expect us, like we always did, you expect us, you know, to score another goal or two and then close the game. And we just, like, after 1-0, like, I don't know, like we start playing.
I can't. I've never watched it. I never will watch it. It's the feeling that is horrible. I've obviously been involved in their first goal as well, and playing a part in that.
Oh, Lescott's headed backwards, and it's Cisse for QPR. Oh, that wasn't in the script. It's Jabril Cisse, who's netted for Queen's Park Rangers. Disaster for Joleon Lescott and Manchester City.
But when they equalised the game, I thought, oh, no way.
I was surprised with the equalisers, to be honest, because, I mean, Joleon didn't miss a header all season. That was his strength. He was unbelievable at that. He didn't miss a header all season, and just at that moment, something happened.
Yeah, that was like you just hit rock bottom. Especially, you know, when you see all these thousands and thousands of fans, you know, almost crying.
Cisse equalised. Frustrating on my behalf, you know, I wanted to finish the season well. You know, we'd kept a lot of clean sheets, and once Zappa scored, it was my dream to win the game 1-0 or 2-0. You know, but you know, football's crazy, and QPR was still fighting, and Cisse's got a lot of quality, and he managed to smash one in.
Cisse scores and I'm thinking, celebrate, yes, but don't celebrate too much. Don't celebrate too much, it's still a long time to go. But there's hope, there's a chance things are now back in our favour. I think I took a look, started to look at the clock from that moment and started to realise that maybe it was broken because it seemed to be going on forever.
When you are in the bench, you can't really do much, so I was feeling a little bit scared.
Just like it took our legs away, because we just couldn't move anymore. We were even more nervous because we knew what we could lose.
Even just talking about it now is horrible. It's horrible, and I know the outcome.
So what's Joey Barton done here?
The Tevez incident with myself, you know, for my part in it wasn't the best, but also from Carlos's point of view, you know, I'd simply just blocked his run. You know, I'd read that he was going to play a kind of 1-2 and go for the return. From my perspective, I think he threw a punch or his arm towards me, and then, you know, the pressure and the expectation that was kind of in our camp kind of blew up, and that incident exploded.
Tevez has gone down in the edge of the penalty area, clutching his face after a challenge from Joey Barton, and the assistant's seen it, so the flag goes up here. I've got it. The assistant has spotted the incident.
Well, I was intent on it kind of evening it up. I felt like Mike Dean, who was the ref at the time, had unfairly sent me off. I mean, I deserved to be sent off, but I felt Tevez should have gone. But Aguero, I just remember him going over to Mike Dean saying, it's definitely a red card, it's definitely a red card. And at that point, you know, I was just intent on getting a City player sent off.
And Barton's just kicked out at Aguero, and Joey Barton's lost it. Joey Barton's lost it here.
So after the sending off for us, I think it was more of a stick to the game plan kind of situation. I think the most important for us in that moment was to not get dragged in and have a sending off ourselves. I think Joey tried everything he could to drag someone with him.
It may look like I was trying to calm him down, but I don't know Joey. I was trying to get him off the pitch in order to continue to play. So I wasn't trying to calm him down. I don't know him well enough to do that. I think Micah was trying to do that.
I think it was mixed emotions for him because obviously he'd been at City. But QPR, if they didn't win that game, they was going to get relegated as well. Just the tension and the build-up and everything just got a little bit too much for him at the time.
And then I tried to go close to him, but I was on the bench. I wish I was on the pitch.
I just think because the game was so massive that tensions got the better of him at the time.
He was in the team and we've worked together. We worked together for many years, but to say we're friends wouldn't necessarily be the case. So I was annoyed. I was so disappointed because it was the one game in the entire season where you need everybody out there. And I just felt a bit let down, and so did everybody else.
You obviously regret that. There's no way you can not regret that. But as it panned out now, it looks like that's the time frame in which City went on to win the league.
Traore always escaped the challenge of company down the left.
Traore was overlapping on the right side, and I remember I was screaming to Joe Leon, "Be careful, he's quick."
And I remember Gail Clichy shouting, foul him, he's quick." And then next thing I know, he's in the edge of our box and crossing it, and there, Mackie's heading it in.
Well, Mackie's arriving! Will QPR lead the game? And that may kill Manchester City's title ambitions.
I remember for a while we lost complete control of the game, and gaps were appearing where never before in the season they did appear. It just felt like we completely threw it away.
I think for 3 seconds the Etihad was like not even one noise, just QPR fans.
When we went 2-1 down, obviously that's when the doubt starts to sort of set in. You sort of think, is it not going to be our day? Do we not deserve it? You start thinking, well, next season, we'll give it another go.
When they scored the second goal, it was nearly curtains, really. It was already difficult for us to break QPR down, but at the same time, they score a goal, we need to score 2 now. Time was running out as well.
I couldn't obviously go back onto the playing pitch. I was stood on the right-hand side of the tunnel where the Sky kind of cameras were, and was watching the results come in and just seeing the frantic nature and the panic that set in. You could hear all the noise around. I could hear what both benches were saying because I was within earshot.
I could just see Mancini on the side. He was, to say he was losing his mind might be an understatement.
Yeah, the emotion was very high for everyone in the stadium. I think I thought that it was impossible that we could lose the game because we deserved to win that Premier League.
Mi partido en teoría no estaba haciendo del todo bien y más los nervios, la ansiedad no me salía lo que yo quería hacer.
And I would say in this game I've seen all the emotion that you can have in a football match, from the player on the pitch, from the people involved on the bench, and of course with the fans.
So Gareth Barry comes off, and it was really the change that Roberto Mancini had to make. A defensive-minded midfield player makes way for Edin Dzeko.
Edin had come on a couple of times in the season for me, and he always seemed to score. It seemed to be a lucky substitution, really, and Mancini, Italians, they're really superstitious, and I just had that feeling when I did come off, when Edin's replaced you, he's always scored.
I remember Mancini risked everything. Put all 3 strikers in, Aguero, Balotelli and me.
I was sure that we scored. I don't know why, but I was sure.
And at this point it's in the players' hands. There isn't a lot that Mancini can do. They have to work out the solution.
The way we start to play after the 2-1 was incredible.
For some fans, it's just too heartbreaking to stay. Here's Silva, swings it in. Dzeko's there, it's in! City have got a goal back, it's Dzeko! Game on! 3.5 minutes remaining. and the title race isn't done yet.
When I scored that goal, I think everyone just kind of wake up, and everyone was like back at the stadium and starting to believe again, even if it was only 2-3 more minutes until the end.
Cuando hace el gol, yo agarro la pelota y empiezo a decir, por favor, que me quede una.
Yeah, I think it was an eruption of like a volcano was erupting, you know, in the stadium. 2-2, and we looked at the clock. I think and then took the ball really quick out of the goal, out of the net, and run back as fast as you can, because he knew there was like 1 or 2 minutes left to get the 3-2.
I don't think people appreciate Edin's contribution and how obviously it's an important goal, but 90+2, I don't really think people really realise how close to the end that was.
When Edin equalises, I'm thinking at that moment like he's probably going to make it even harder to take for us if we lose now.
Lo primero que hago es decirle a Mario, a Balotelli, le digo, Mario, quédate tú de 9, yo bajo a recibir la pelota y lo primero que hago es buscarte a ti para hacer una pared rápido y así le pego. Me dice, okay.
The only thing I told him, I remember that if he didn't score, I would kill him because it was penalty.
Mario talked to me and said, don't worry, we're going to win this. But after Dzeko scored, I knew it was our time.
It's the goal that makes us, you know, get that feeling back, the boost that the team needed, and so yeah, Edin was the right man at the right time.
Nobody could envisage what was going to happen in the next 3 minutes.
It's a QPR throw.
Oh, Nasri thought he was getting the throw there. He could have kept that in.
I think a side which I don't think many people are seeing, I think it starts actually from a throw-in on my side. And I was saying to Jay Bosroy to go down the line, but he wasn't quite listening, so I threw the ball where I wanted him to go, but he didn't go there. So then that was the start of the move there.
Manchester City are still alive here.
Where was the build-up for the build-up? Was the assist for the assist? I think I got the ball in my own half from Jolien, I think, and I was rushing through the midfield, and obvious that led to the 1-2, the famous 1-2 with Mario and Sergio.
Mario falling to the ground, making the pass, of course. Do you know that was his only assist for City?
I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, but it would fit Mario to have only 1 assist in the season, and it was in that moment.
One and only, but the most important.
It wasn't the best assist ever, but it was the most important one. Never mind in the season, but in the whole, City's story.
I love Mario. Thank you for that assist, Mario.
I try to control the ball, and I have a contact from the defender, and the ball went a little bit far from my foot. I saw Sergio that was coming like this, and Vincent Kompany that was coming like that. So I thought in that half second that maybe there is going to be a little bit space for Sergio there, and I just put the ball there, and then Sergio did everything, to be honest.
Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Fueron 2 segundos que pensé un montón de cosas. Pensé patear, la paré, pienso en que me van a hacer penal, luego no, y ya me quedó el último momento decidir pegarle al arco, y cuando hice el gol, la verdad que no me acuerdo mucho de ese momento, solo que estaba tan furioso que me saqué la camiseta.
His composure in front of goal is something I've never seen since or before that.
I just remember there being bodies everywhere, and that's why I'm not an outfield player, because I don't know if I'd have been able to deal with that situation with the way that the people involved in the build-up to the goal did.
Me abrazaban, me daban besos y me decían te quiero, I love you, todo me decían.
I remember when Balotelli played that ball to Aguero. First I thought the ball was maybe a little bit too short, and then then the guy attacked Aguero, and in that moment you're thinking so much about maybe Aguero could fall down, it will be the penalty. Maybe if the ball goes like 10 centimeters on the right, maybe he hit the post or something.
If there's a chance to fall to any player I've ever worked with, it would be Sergio.
I take a lot of pride actually out of making a dummy run to allow Kun to get in my back and get the shot off. And if you think it's all about millimeters and it's all about small margins, I take pride in that.
I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it, drink it in.
I think everyone in the stadium lost it. Everyone just embraced anyone, and I don't know where I was going. I would have lapped the pitch 10 times, but you know, Gail came in my direction and we embraced, and you know, Gail's a good friend of mine and an amazing player, and I just didn't want to let him go.
He gave me so much power, you know, in the hug. I gave him as much as I could. And it's one of those moments that will be in your head forever, not because you've won the league, but because you've done something with a group of players and you've been fighting from first day in pre-season to the last kick of the game. You know, it was purely a moment of joy that we all share all together, and you know, with all the fans. So at that specific second, everyone in the stadium has the same feeling, and it's something that you can't really describe.
I remember the celebration with the boys in the corner, but it was too far away for the subs to get involved, and I was off the pitch at that moment. So myself, the subs, the coaching staff, we were going pretty ballistic on the side of the pitch, and it was incredible scenes, incredible.
Yo no entendía, digo, que es como que todavía no caía en que habíamos ganado la liga, ¿no? Y el señor del Manchester City, lo primero que me dijo es muchas gracias por el gol ese en los 93-20, fue lo mejor de mi vida. Y claro, yo hoy recuerdo, digo,
it was the best feeling ever, and at 2-2, you know, United are winning the league, and then for Aguero to do that, to make it 3-2 in sort of the last moments, you know, you couldn't ask for anything better.
Incredible moment for ourselves, for all the players, for the club, but for all our supporters.
It was crazy, people were shouting, saying stuff in the park, crying in the park, and you know, things that you can't pick up with the camera, but most of it was just absolute nonsense, because you know, we weren't in control anymore. You saw the fans and you didn't know whether you were angry at the fact that you had to go through this, or whether you were just so happy because you never experienced that before in your life. Nobody knew what to do with the emotion. That's how powerful it was.
I remember that moment when Sergio scored that goal. That was just a relief, you know, because we knew it was over by then.
You know, we didn't have any time to enjoy it. It was last second, last kick of the last game, and you know, the place just went mental. It literally went mental, and it was an unbelievable atmosphere to be involved in.
Crazy feeling. I don't think something like this will ever happen again.
Manchester City to snatch the title away from Manchester United. Stupendous!
The greatest moment I've seen in Premier League football. Unbelievable!
Manchester City champions!
Everybody came on the pitch, the fans become crazy, and then you realize that, like, okay, we did it, and then everything just kicks in.
Loyal fans who have been there, you know, through thick and thin, and it's, you know, it's to them fans who deserve it.
En la cancha se veía que mucha gente como que le estaban nerviosos, le faltaba el aire, ¿no?
I start to understand how important it was for the people during the match.
Fans from the stands, jumping. People crying, Mancini also running everywhere, so it was a special moment.
I think everyone knows where they were. I think everyone knows what was going on. You know, we can't forget that it was Man United as well that we were fighting for the title with.
The blue moon has risen. Just like a dream in their hearts, City are champions, and they did it in the most staggering fashion.
Usually dressing room players and staff, it looked like there was about 100 people in there. I remember just skipping out to the gym quickly and, you know, just taking a minute to myself just to realize what had happened, but it was absolute madness.
There was like 3 or 4 of us lads that needed to compose ourselves and go and spend time on your own just to really take in what has just happened and what you've achieved.
For me, was a really special moment, you know, looking to each other's eyes and said, like, we really did it. You know, we're part of the history now, not only in the Premier League, but also at this club, and that for me was very special.
Those faces after the game in the dressing room, it was kind of a relief, but also, wow, what have we done? How we've done it, and I love those pictures.
When I speak about that, I can just smile, because probably that was the best feeling in my whole career.
Cuando deje de jugar al fútbol, voy a recordar siempre ese momento porque fue uno de los mejores.
You know, it's like a film. You cannot describe, you cannot explain the feeling from that moment.
I can honestly say that I was the happiest man on earth when that happened. It's on par with the best experiences that anyone can have, you know.
For the third time in their history, Manchester City are the champions.
Birth of your child, marriage, everything, you know, it's on par with that, and I don't feel bad saying it.
In terms of Premier League history, I don't think it's going to be beaten.
There were so many ingredients to it that just made it so special.
Todos mis compañeros y el club hicimos ese trabajo para que el club y la gente disfrute de ese momento, ¿no? De una Premier League.
I think that, you know, when you were there in that moment, you win a championship like this, I think that you can't forget, never.